nothing motivation. Someone's gotta make a move. I'm sick of being wasted, sick of being patient. Show me something left to lose. Can you feel it? Can you hear me now? Can you feel it? 'Cause this time we're breaking out. Can you feel it? Can you hear me now?
I don't know what you heard about me.
There's a group of people that say that dragons were real, and I'll explain. So around the same time period in, China, South America, Africa, all these different, Rome, all these places, images depicted people fighting dragons, right? And every dragon was slightly different, but it was all a giant, scaly animal that could fly. The group that says this, basically they're saying the evidence is the reason there's no fossils of dragons is because they had bird bones. They break down very easily and they don't fossilize. If there were lizards big enough to fly around and eat people, they didn't have bones that could fossilize.
Feel like the right place, and we'll try anything just to be a kid once again. Just to be a kid again. Recognize that I could be the eye of the storm.
Prove that dragons are real. Tasik Chini, located in Pahang, Malaysia, is a natural lake surrounded by the Jakun indigenous community. There is a legend about two dragons that were swallowed by the lake curse in ancient times. These were the golden-scaled dragon, believed to have been the incarnation of a man, and the silver-scaled dragon, believed to have been the incarnation of a woman. In the 1970s, visitors claimed to have seen the two dragons in the lake, especially during the flood season. This was further supported by a pioneer of Felda Chini II, who claimed to have seen three large, black, dragon-like creatures emerging from the surface of the water, causing huge waves. In 1988, Professor Datuk Dr. Nick Hassan led an expedition to study Tasik Chini and found a pyramid nearby, which could have been built in the 12th century by the Khmer Empire. The locals claimed that the empire's soldiers built a city around the lake during their stay, and that it eventually sank. Some porcelain fragments found around the pyramid suggest that it was once a thriving civilization. A resident of the area claimed that the lake holds many mysteries. One villager allegedly encountered a black figure after killing a snake in the lake, which he believed to be a dragon. But many people are wondering if this is...
That is the healing dragon language for their planet.
Весняночка, весняночка, де ти зимувала, й осадочко на клиночку, сорочечку пряла. Там у лісі, на юзлісі, сова воду дує, заспіває співаночку, нехай вона чує. Заплетися, шуми барвіночком, я тобі співаю весняночку, сію, сію, сію.
Only a creature in myths and legends? According to records, in the 1930s, tens of thousands of people were fortunate enough to witness a real dragon with their own eyes. On July 28, 1934, Xinjiang Times published an article under the title Dragon Disaster, saying that on that day a dragon descended from the sky in Inko and rose again, not only overturning 3 small boats, but also breaking the coil, the factory house, and overturned the train parked at the station, resulting in 9 casualties. Before that, a large number of local villagers in Inko claimed to have witnessed the flying dragon with their own eyes, and the appearance characteristics were highly consistent with the description in the report. Gray, about 31 feet long, swimming like a snake, with a head like horns, a beard on the mouth, big eyes, scales on the body, claws like a crocodile, and a tail like a carp. 2 weeks later, on August 11th, a second report appeared, titled Dragon Falls, describing the discovery of a dying oolong on the north bank of the Liaohe River on the afternoon of August 6, 1934. According to the villager's description, the dragon's eyes were half open, its tail was twisted back, and its 2 claws were in front of it. After leaving the water, it became dry, and the sound was like a cow's roar. What is more noteworthy is that the dragon is still alive at this time. The kind-hearted villagers tried to build a tent to rescue the dragon, but he disappeared on his own in the night after a heavy rain. But the amazing thing is that on August 12th, the dragon appeared for the 3rd time. This time it appeared among the reeds 10 kilometers from the mouth of the Liaohe River. A worker was looking for a strong fishy smell. Found this long-dead dragon. According to the follow-up reports and the records in the first volume of Inko City Chronicle, the true appearance of the fallen dragon's skeleton was described in detail. The dragon's body was about 32 feet long, and the head was divided into 3 horns on the left and right sides, and the horns were about 3 feet, with a total of 29 vertebrae. There's also a dirt pit 52 feet long and 22 feet wide, with clear claw prints, and a clear photo of the scene was published, which is also the only dragon photo that has survived to this day. So far, the whole world has been sensationalized, and tens of thousands of people rushed to take the train to Inko, wanting to witness the appearance of the real dragon with their own eyes, which even led to the increase in the price of train tickets to Inko. Witnesses said that the dragon had forked horns, for grips on its abdomen, and dragon scales scattered all over the place, giving it an unpleasant smell. Is this really a dragon? And not malicious tricks or other creatures? Even local experienced old fishermen thought that this should not be fish or whales in the ocean. The experts represented by Mr. Zhang from the Fish and Fishing Department of Inco Aquatic Senior High School came to the conclusion that it is indeed jiao tired, which is what we call jiaolong. However, many biologists now hold a huge skepticism about this, and they generally believe that this is nothing more than a stranded baleen whale. The reason why it was mistaken for a dragon was because the villagers misspelled the bones and inserted the ribs into the eye sockets of the dragon. In the 2004 Approaching Science column, the analysis conclusion given after a detailed investigation is also a spliced whale skeleton. Is this really the case? After zooming in on the photo at that time, we can clearly see that the two horns on the faucet are rather bizarre. The left one is noticeably thicker than the right one, with a different degree of curvature. And after increasing the contrast of the picture, you will find that the suspected forked parts of the dragon horns on the left and right are just the shadows formed on the rocks behind the audience standing, not the so-called forked dragon horns at all. Secondly, the growth positions of the two dragon horns are very strange, not asymmetric at all. The left side is obviously higher than the right side. What is even more funny is that the position of the right dragon horn actually grows behind the eye socket. This completely violates the laws of biological evolution and is quite unreasonable. Finally, look at the eye sockets of the dragon. Isn't this the same as the whales? Coupled with various features such as short cervical vertebrae, herringbone vertebrae, pointed and long skulls, comprehensive analysis, this is an ordinary minke whale, but someone secretly inserted two horns near the skull. Various rumors it was eventually mistaken for the remains of a dragon. Like.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
A family in Borneo was driving down the road when something in the sky caught their eye. The poster of the video claims it shows a dragon from Asian folklore. Look underneath the sun. What is that?
Okay, Owen. Oh, okay.
Sighting in China, who here also believes the veil has been lifted. Spirits and mystical creatures are coming out. Happy haunting.